Chip, chip. Chip, chip, chip. Snacks on Sports. We back with another one, man. Snacks on Sports. We back with another one, man. Yeah, man. I'm just gonna address Steph and what's going on with his shooting this year. You know what I mean? On this episode of Snacks on Sports. You know. My nigga Steph is having a bad shooting year by his standards. Key word is by his standards, or key words or phrase or whatnot. By his standards. So what that means is, you know, there's other NBA players that would love to have his shooting percentages. You know what I mean? His shooting percentages right now are down for him. Okay. Right now he's at 42 or 43% shooting overall from the field, and he's at 39% from three. For me, I feel like those numbers will be up by the end of the year. We're almost halfway through the season. Another 40 plus games to go. But I truly feel like Steph will rectify it. But I wanted to talk about it, though, because even though I'm not worried about it per se, I don't want to say I'm concerned either, even though to me concerned is it has less of a concern. Okay, you got it. If you're worried about something, then you got concerned about it. Now, some people might say that's the same thing, but to me, worry is more of a stronger word than concern. So I'm not worried. Am I concerned? I can't even go to concerned yet, because the thing is with me, I have to see this for a whole season, like the entire 82 game season, along with the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? In order for me to really be concerned, not even worried, but concerned. You know what I'm saying? That's how great of a player this nigga is. That's how much I believe in him as a shooter, and that he gonna rectify it. Because like I said, his numbers are just down for him. But the reason I wanted to talk about it is because the last two games, though, have just been like, it's just been like, bruh, what's up, bruh? What is you doing out there? You know what I mean? And 2 games ago, he had 9 points in the whole game. 9. Okay? This nigga's averaging 27 points a game, and this is the same nigga that won the scoring title last year at 32 points a game. Okay? So, but he's averaging 27 this year. It's down from last year, but last year he was on some more heroic shit. This year the team is better, so he don't have to do as much scoring. So that's why his average is, even though he's averaging 27 points a game, which is 3rd or 4th in the league right now, his scoring average is down because the team is better. You know, he don't got to do so much scoring, right? But the last 2 games in particular just been like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, he had 9 points 2 games ago, and then our last game, or his last game, because our last game was, I believe, last night. He didn't play. He didn't play against the Pelicans, so took the night off, which I think he needed a little night off, man, just to, you know what I mean? You know, just to kind of refresh, regroup or whatnot. Because, you know what I mean? It's been a lot going on this year as far as the 3-point record, finally surpassing that, the team being back to being a championship contender again, Clay's return. So, you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff going on. And I'm not going to use any of that as an excuse, although I will say I do think the you know those 3 to 5 games, those 4 or 5 games before he actually broke the record, there was some pressing going on. You know what I mean? He was just trying to get it over with. He's been taking more threes this year than he's ever took. I mean, he always shoot a lot of threes, but this year I believe he's averaging 13 a game. That's the highest of his career. You know what I'm saying? So I guess with that, the more threes you take, the more you're gonna miss. But he's missing like shots that he normally makes. You know what I mean? Some of them wide open. Okay. So he had 9 points 2 games ago, and then the last game he played, he had like 16 or 17 or something, which is still below Steph Curry standards. But he's like 2 of 19 from 3 in the last 2 games, and like 8 of 40 something overall and shit. Like these some pretty putrid shooting statistics, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm not worried. I got to see this for a whole year and a postseason in order for me to get worried. You know what I mean? But it's a few things I've been hearing people say as far as reasons why it might be, and what I mean, all that other shit. First thing I want to throw out is age. It ain't got nothing to do with no damn age. You know what I mean? They say, oh, well, he's 33, almost 34 now. So blah, blah. So he was 33 the first 20 games of the year when he was leading in the MVP candidacy. Okay, and almost averaging 30 points a game and shooting out of this world. So the first 15, 20 games of the year, he wasn't old. You know what I mean? So that I don't want to hear nothing about no age and all of the other shit. He's not missing shots because all of a sudden he's getting old. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I will say that 2 things. Since the 3-point record whole ordeal and all the teams that we were playing before that were trying to like stop him from getting the record on them, so they were they were just going all out and making sure that he in how they defend him and making sure he didn't get the record and stuff like that. I do think that some like I said, in the 3 to 5 games before he broke the record, he was shooting a lot of threes because he was trying to break the record and get it over with. So, and then teams was trying to stop him from getting the record. You know what I mean? So not that they didn't want him to get the record or anything. They just didn't want it to, I guess, happen on them. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to say for me, I think that's kind of like what started it. You know what I mean? He hadn't kind of really got out that funk since then. Now he's had some just before the last 2 or 3 games, he went on a 4 or 5 game tear where he went like 30, 36, 46, and then 30 again. So he went 4 or 5 straight games, with 30. He still wasn't shooting it as I think the game against the Grizzlies. The game that I can say that stands out right now to me is when he had 46 against the Grizzlies like 2 weeks ago. He shot well. He shot like Steph Curry that game. You know what I'm saying? He was over 50% shooting, over 50% 3-point shooting. I think he was like 8 for 14 that game, shooting threes. You know what I'm saying? So he's had 1 or 2, Steph Curry type of games here or there, in the past month, but it just it just hasn't been the same. And so I want to say that I believe that the 3-point record or trying to break that has his percentage down a little bit. Like I said, because he was just trying to get the record and get it over with. So he was shooting more threes, you know what I mean, which means he's going to probably miss a few more than usual. And so you got that. But what I will say is that I do think that something that or a time stamp that sticks out for me as far as like kind of like when the overall bad shooting started was the first game against the Phoenix Suns. To me, that's where it kind of began. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember the game before that, we played the Los Angeles Clippers, and that was the famous game where he teed up the ref. You know what I'm saying, for teeing him up, and I mean the nigga just went off. You know what I mean, like, and leading up to that game, he was going off. I mean, he was the runaway MVP up until that point, and he's still he's still a top candidate for league MVP. But it's just that with the way that he's been shooting, not playing, shoot. That's another thing I want to address. He's not playing bad. He's just shooting bad. Overall, he's still playing. He's playing great. Overall, defensively, this is probably the best year he's ever had. You know what I mean? Or, one of the best, you know what I mean? And he's still, like, the games where he doesn't shoot well, he's, getting like 8, 9, 10 assists. He's always, rebounding the ball pretty good. And just the gravitational pull that he has just by being on the court helps out the team. So he's still playing well. He's just not shooting it well. But the team is improved because we're still winning. Now, we lost 2 in a row now because last night Steph and Dre didn't play. They could have still pulled it out, but, Pelicans pulled it out in the end. And then the game before that against the Dallas Mavericks was another game that we probably should have won, but Steph he played horrible or he shot horrible. You know what I'm saying? So, and the Mavericks were able to pull it out. So we're on a 2-game losing streak right now, but I see that ending in our next game on Sunday, which is rumored that Clay is supposed to be back that game, and Clay coming back is it should ease up some of the pressure that defenses are putting on Steph. You know what I mean? But still, it's still been some shots that he's been missing wide open. So Clay coming back ain't gonna do nothing for the wide open shots. You just got to make them, brother. So, but the reason why I'm doing this video or this episode is because since I've been watching Steph Curry, I've been watching him his whole career. I could probably honestly say that I've never seen him shoot this bad for this long. This deep into the season. He's had times in the past where he may have had, maybe a 2 or 3 game stretch, maybe a 3 or 4 game stretch for about a week or something where he wasn't shooting well. You know what I mean? It happens. You know what I mean? That's happened before. But 2, 3 weeks, you know what I mean, of shooting this poorly. I never seen it. I never seen this before from Steph. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know motherfuckers say, "Oh, well, you just said you wasn't worried and you're not concerned." No, I'm not. I'm just. It's an eyebrow raiser. It is an eyebrow raiser, but I'm not worried because I feel like he's going to be able to get it rectified and start shooting the ball like how we've been accustomed to Steph Curry shooting the ball. But if that doesn't happen, which I don't think that it won't happen, but if that doesn't happen, then all bets is off as far as like them being the runaway favorite to win the championship. Not that it's just solidified or or anything like that right now. But if he's shooting like this and this continues into the playoffs, they're gonna have a hard time winning the championship. So, you know what I mean? He just got to, you got to get back to that Steph Curry level of shooting, my brother. So, yeah, I'm doing this video because just to bring a little awareness to y'all and let y'all know that since I've been watching Steph Curry, I haven't seen him so far in his career have a shooting season like this where he's shooting this poorly. You know what I mean? Like I said, for his standards, by his standards, it's poorly. Okay. So, one thing that kind of irritates me when I watch the Warriors play now, and it's kind of how it has been somewhat, but I feel like over the past couple weeks to a month, man, like it's happening too much to where in the first quarter, I understand, letting the game come to you and filling out the defense and seeing how a team is playing you and all of the other shit. But it's been too many times over the past month where Steph has games to where he's not really he's not letting his presence be felt in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? Now his presence is always felt when he's on the court. Okay. So his presence is always felt. I just mean as far as like it'd be too much us getting the ball and we come down the lane and we come down the court and we got the ball and we get into our half court set and he off to the side somewhere. You know what I mean? And the ball is rotating around and he's doing what he's doing and running around the court and either the ball's not getting to him, or just letting other, the teammates, get they, the team he's letting the team, fill out the game as well, or letting them, get they shine, or not get they shine. Yeah, get they shine, but it's a better way I can say it. Like, just letting the team get acclimated, letting his teammates get acclimated first, or because he can always turn it on at any time. But it's just like I understand that part of the offense, is not forcing it and ball movement and letting the game come to Steph and not like I said, not forcing it and stuff like that. But sometime, bro, like, because the thing is, the team goes as Steph Curry goes. So if he's playing well and shooting well, everybody else is going to play well and shoot well too. When he's not, or he's not even taking shots, because like it'd be a lot of times where I feel like he's not being able to get open. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's on him and Steve Kerr and the coaching staff to like find ways to like help this man get open looks. I understand they keying in on him and they trying to stop him. They trying to run him off the 3-point line and shit. But bro, like it used to be like, even though teams is keying in on him, he's still able to break through every here and there and get some open shots and get some open looks. And then another thing that I am kind of, I don't know if it's, it's just me observing shit, but it does seem like he is. This is kind of goes to the age thing of the 33. He's 33 and about to be 34. Like I said, he ain't in no decline as far as age wise or nothing like that. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. However, I will say that it does seem that he's having a little bit of a harder time sometime, like actually shaking his defender and like actually, because he used to, do his little thing, boo boo, bop, 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 and then be able to step back. And yeah, the defender will probably still be right there, but he still got enough of separation to where he can get the shot off. Now it's like he's having a hard time even getting that shot off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like, okay, Steve Kerr and the coaching staff and, Steph Curry too. But what are you guys going to do to combat that? Teams are showing that they running him off the 3-point line now. Y'all can't just let it happen. And that's like that be sometimes some of the shit where I get frustrated with Steph, because sometimes I feel like, bro, you allowing for these motherfuckers to shut you down. Not shut you down like you ain't scoring or shut your, the last 2 games, 9 points and 12 points or whatever, 16. That's basically shutting Steph Curry down, especially 9 points. That's a shutdown. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like too many times he's letting them, like sometimes I do want to see him get the ball and just, I know we ain't, we don't run our offense how James Harden and the Rockets used to run it when James Harden was on the Rockets. But every here and there, I would like to see that, as far as like not breaking out of what the offense is supposed to be doing, but just as far as like if he's having an off night, he got to do something to get going, get to the free throw line or something. It can't just be just but yeah, when they playing me hard right now, and it's tough. I can't really get open, so it is what it is. Let Jordan Poole or Otto Porter or whoever else take all the shots. Nah. It's like, to me, there's too many possessions. I see too many possessions from the Golden State Warriors where there'll be like maybe 2 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 consecutive possessions where this nigga don't even touch the ball. He's not even touching the ball because either it's a turnover or, like I said, they playing him hard. So what happens is we got the ball trying to pass him. Okay, he ain't open. Swing it this way. Now he's trying to cut around it, pass to the post. Okay, now it's in the post. Now they're trying to, screen Steph and get him free again. Okay, well, he ain't open. Okay, so but it happens too much. Like, you cannot allow for teams to take Steph Curry out of the game like that. You know what I mean? So that part of it, I'm putting some on the coaching staff. Like I said, bro, I'm nitpicking a little bit here. Okay, we got the best record in the league. Okay, number 1 seed in the league. I think the game we lost last night dropped us to number 2, just because. So we like a half game. We either tied up or half game behind Phoenix right now. But that's just, I ain't worried about that. Everybody knows we the team to beat. Okay, so I'm just saying, man, and I feel like sometimes even they fall victim to that sometime with, we is the best team in the league, and we got the best record and all that. So it's all good. I ain't worried, But it's like, bro, game after game after game, this is becoming more of a habit now, to where this man is like, it got to a point in the game against Dallas. I was on the road driving, so when I got here to the house, it was the middle of the second quarter. And I heard them say, because we was winning the game at that point, but Steph Curry hadn't even made a field goal yet, and it was the middle of the second quarter. Like, that type of shit just can't happen, bro. It just can't happen, because it affects the rest of the team. Yeah, that we might be winning at that point, or and the team may be doing good, and but that's only going to last for so long as Steph Curry continues to either not shoot, not be able to get freed up to get some open shots, or if he's missing. Eventually, the other team is going to catch up. You know what I mean? Because the person or the engine that makes us go is not going. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I want to see them address. Like, as far as find ways to get this man open and get him the ball and get him some open looks. You know what I mean? Don't just let him just get taken out of the game like that. It just be so much of a nonchalant, too cool for school type attitude sometimes that I see out there. And it needs to be a little bit more urgency. You know what I mean? Just as far as, like, I know this, you're playing. Yeah, okay, we playing well. And all this other shit. But, bro, like, you don't want this to become a habit. Like, you don't want him to get stuck into this, to this notion of starting to get going. Because the thing is, when Steph Curry is having a Chef Curry cooking type of game, he's starting, it starts early. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's had games before where he's, picked it up late and still had big games and good games and stuff like that. But the games where Steph is going to go for 40, 50, and all that other shit, it starts from the beginning, from the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? So, that's pretty much it, man. I want to, I'm not worried at all about Steph and his shooting. You know what I mean? Because, as a shooter, I played basketball. That was my forte. I was a shooter. I can still shoot the lights out to this fucking day. You know what I'm saying? But so I know as a shooter, your shot sometimes gonna come and go. As far as like sometimes you just have off nights, you just have a bad night or whatever, but or a bad game or whatever. But for Steph Curry, and like I said, he set such a high standard for his level of play that, like I said, I'm probably nitpicking here a little bit, but I'm not nitpicking as far as to say he hasn't shot the ball well this year, or he hasn't shot it up to his standards, and especially the past month of the season. Like the numbers are not MVP caliber type numbers. Okay, so I just wanted to do an episode talking about this, man, addressing this situation with Steph Curry, and his lack of shooting, or not his lack of shooting. Well, yeah, his lack of shooting. Because sometimes I feel like he not getting enough shots. He ain't touching the ball enough. You know what I'm saying? For my liking. And so, yeah, man. But all in all, my main points is that I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. It's just it's a little bit of a head scratcher and an eyebrow raiser. You know what I mean? Just to be like, hey, what's going on with Steph? Why is this? Why is he in this? Why is he in a slump for this long? You know what I'm saying? And you got I hear motherfuckers when I listen to talk radio or whatever, they call in on the local station and they talking about, they want to bring up what's going on with his mom and his dad. And that's a lot to, man, that ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't finna let y'all sit up there and talk, oh, well, and I understand, you know what I mean? If your parents been together for that, for your whole life and all that shit, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? They not together no more. I'm not saying it don't have an effect on him personally. It's not affecting his game though. I'm sorry. I'm here to tell you that his shooting slump is not because him and his mom and his dad ain't together no more. That ain't got nothing to do with it. So y'all can miss me with that shit. You know what I'm saying? There is a first time for everything. You know what I mean? And this is the first time in Steph Curry's career that he shot this poorly, this deep into the season. You know what I'm saying? So, he's going to rectify it. Now, part of me, the dreamer in me, the fan in me, the Golden State Warrior fan in me is looking at it like, maybe this is happening like this because he's going to have his greatest postseason ever. Now, he's had some great postseasons. I'm just saying that because, how some people, the people that don't know what the fuck they talking about, they got this notion that Steph Curry isn't clutch, but hasn't been as clutch that as he's for the type of player, the caliber player that he is. Sometime in certain big moments, he shrank a little bit. You know what I mean, or not. Shot the ball well, but he's had other moments where he did. Like they forget about. You know what I mean, a lot of stuff. But I kind of look at it like, maybe this is one of them years where he's having this. He is happening like this for a reason, and it's being the basketball gods is setting it up for him to have his greatest postseason shooting wise ever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm hoping. You know what I mean? But Steph will be all right, man. You know what I mean? He'll be all right. Like I said, I got to see him shoot like this for a whole complete entire season for me to be like, man, I'm worried about Steph and his shooting and or what's going on with, it got to happen for a long time. You know what I mean? It got to happen for a whole season. including the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, and I keep regurgitating the same thing, but I'm not worried, even though he's having the worst shooting season of his career. He's still playing well. He's still playing good. And a lot of what's overshadowing it too is that the team is winning. You know what I mean? So the team, the team is winning. It's kind of easy to overlook it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But Steph Curry is my favorite player, man, and I believe he's the best player in the league. Although, sometimes the way he's been shooting lately, it's I be finding myself watching these games like saying like bro, I can't keep saying you the best player in the league and you shooting like this, brother. Like you supposed to be the greatest shooter of all time. You know what I mean? I'm a little hard on him because of the standard that he set. You know what I mean? So I'm holding him to his own standards. You know what I mean? He's going up against himself. I watch Warriors games, nigga. I'm talking about y'all should see me over here. I'll be upset when this nigga miss. I think he has played so well in his career and shot the ball so well that like whenever he missed, I'm like, huh? You missed, nigga? How the fuck you miss? But that's basically it. He'll bounce back. The game off last night, I think really, just to take a quick breather, you know what I mean, and kind of recharge, re-energize. And then our next game, Clay is going to be back. They haven't officially announced it yet, but he coming back Sunday, bro. He coming back Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that night is probably going to be more about Clay. You know what I'm saying? Not that the nigga Clay going in his first game back like he going to go for 40 and shit. You know what I mean? Because he probably won't play enough to even be able to score 40 points. You know what I mean? He probably only play maybe 15, 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Because they're going to ease him back in. You know what I mean? But I'm really not worried. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing these videos as a reminder. All these episodes and these videos got dates on them and shit. So I can say, okay, I did this video on this day. Now 2 months down the line, I can go back and see, okay, how has he played since I did this last video? You know what I'm saying? So it'll be all good, man. Snax on Sportz. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all the shit about, and then there was another report that came out just sensationalizing shit. You know what I mean? It was another report that came out a few weeks ago about him and Aisha, him and his wife, like that they have an open relationship and all this other shit, like on some Will Smith, Jada Pinkett shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here. No, they don't. I'm not in their relationship. I'm not in their marriage, so I don't know. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying it like I know, but I know, nigga. They ain't got no fucking open relationship, bro. They ain't got no relationship where she able to go fuck and do whatever the fuck she want to go do with some old other nigga. He able to go do fuck and do whatever the hell he want to go do with some, you know what I mean, with some other bitch. Steph Curry ain't built like that. He's not built like that. That's a God-fearing man. Not to say that just because you a Christian and all that we all sin and we all fall short of the glory of God. So I'm not saying a man perfect, but nigga, I'm willing to bet my life savings on it that they ain't got no damn open relationship. I don't know where these people be putting all these type of stories out here and shit. That's just, you know what I mean. But that's what happens when you are Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? But all that shit, man. But yeah, the 3-point percentage is down, because of the 3-point records and all that. He was shooting a lot, and teams is defending him hard. And that's one thing I will say is that another thing is that You know, I'll give the defense is some credit too. You know what I mean? But because what I'm saying, like what I said a few minutes ago, which is, you know, even though defenses have always been playing them hard and tough, he's always found a way to like shake them off every here and there and get free for for open shot. You know, every here and there. And right now, it don't seem like that's like that's happening. And I will say that defenses are so like I said, this is the first time I've ever seen Steph Curry shoot this poorly this deep into the season. And this is also the first time this year that I feel like that the defenses are playing him. This is the best I've ever seen team defense on Steph Curry. Last year, it was just ridiculous. I mean, they knew that we didn't really have nobody else out there with him. I mean, there was other people, but Jordan Poole wasn't Jordan Poole yet. He was improving. You know what I mean? And we had Oubre last year and Kent Bazemore and Wanamaker and Toscano Anderson was coming into his own and Clay was hurt and so last year he was like our only real threat to score a ball like that. You know what I'm saying? So they was putting 3, 4, sometimes the whole team, 5 niggas on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, why was I saying that? I was saying that because my fault. I forgot why I was saying the shit, nigga. But y'all know I haven't when a nigga get to smoking his weed, dog. You know what I'm saying? But man, but defenses have been, at least I'll say over the past month. Like I said, for me, it started with the Phoenix Suns, with the first Phoenix Suns game that we played against them. To me, that's where it started. Because like I said, the game before that we played against the Clippers, and he went off. If he didn't have 40, he damn near had 40. Like I said, that was the Tech game when he teched up the ref and shit. And all the way from the beginning of the season, all the way up until that point, he was the runaway MVP. And then that Phoenix Suns game happened. Mikal Bridges, and I think ever since then, Mikal Bridges is a great defender, but I think the whole Mikal Bridges defensive player of the league and all that blah, blah, I think that's it's subsided a little bit, and everybody see who the real defensive player of the year is. Yeah, it's Draymond Green. Mikal Bridges did a great job on Steph Curry, but it wasn't just him. He led the pack, but it wasn't just him. But since that game, because I think Steph that game shot 4 for 21 or something, 5 for 21, and then the next game, our next game, they had a game after that, but our next game was right back against them. You know what I'm saying? So that next game that we played against them, we won. And Steph had I think he had 30. If he didn't, he got close to 30, like 28 or 29. But he still didn't shoot it as well, but it looked more like a Steph Curry game. Like he was getting open and getting shots. He was missing a couple. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, we beat we beat the Suns at that time, and then another game that sticks out is the game against the Philadelphia 76ers when Thibault Matisse or whatever was guarding him, and he did a good job on him too, just like Mikal Bridges for the Phoenix Suns. Those are the two games that stick out to me this year as far as like where his slump kind of started. Now, like I said, he's had 30-point game since then. He even had a 40-point game since then. I'm only talking like the span of like 3 weeks to a month. I'm talking about like the last 3 weeks to a month. That's really what I'm talking about. But so this is a very, short time period. You know what I mean? He could snap out of that shit the next time we play, which is Sunday. He could snap out of that shit like that. And so that's why I say I'm not worried. But to me, I just wanted to say that's my timestamp for when I feel like it started. You know what I'm saying? And I think that what Phoenix did was they gave the rest of the league a little more of a blueprint on how to defend them or kind of like what to do. And so now it's just on Steph Curry to get back to playing like Steph Curry or get back to shooting like Steph Curry and just making them shots. Because, bro, when he raining them threes and making them shots, bro, like that, like to see the defense and just how it just deflates them, bro. Like Steph Curry, it's like some George. When he on, it's like some Jordan shit, bro. I'm sorry. It is. Because the level of fear and just like when he on like that, bro, even when we not at home, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, the Golden State Warriors is like, largely because of Steph Curry, but the Golden State Warriors, it's like the Bulls of the 90s. When we go on the road, it's like we got a home game. You know what I mean? There's so many Golden State Warriors fans, you know what I mean? The Steph Curry fans, like, they chant MVP on the road for this nigga. Like, but that's what it is. I'm the last month, it ain't been enough of that for me, man. We still been winning, and winning is what's most important. But it ain't been enough of just that deflation of opponents because Steph Curry is just killing their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to get back to that. You know what I mean? So, but I do believe that by the end of the year, right now, his 3-point percentage is at 39%, like 39.3 or 39.2 or something like that. By the end of the year, it'll be 40% at least. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want him to get back to is 40%. And that right there would be the lowest shooting percentage of his career for a single season. Right now, his lowest percentage is 41. It's like 41 point something. You know what I'm saying? But but so 40% from the field, from the three for the entire season would be the lowest of his career. However, it would be what it would say is that he played and shot, because in order for him to get there now, I'm like I say, he's 39%, so it ain't like he only a percentage point behind, under 40, but he gonna need to shoot anywhere from 43 to 45%, 42 to 45% for the rest of the year in order to do that. You know what I'm saying? So if he gets to over 40, then that basically would mean the second half of the season he was able to get back to, shooting how we're accustomed to seeing Steph Curry shoot. So, he's had 50, 40, 90 seasons. I think he's had two. 50, 40, 90, meaning you shoot 50% from the field, 40% from three, and 90% from the free throw line. Like, that's an elite shooter right there. You know what I mean? He did it. He did it 2 or 3 times in his career, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did it when KD was here. And KD got one of those too, if I'm not mistaken. He got a 40, 50, 90. Steve Nash, so. But, so by the end of the year, I'm extremely confident he'll be 40% 3-point shooting or higher. And field goal wise, as long as he kind of get to the, get to the high 40s, I'm good, because that means that everything been a little off this year. He's even been missing some of his, some of his layups. You know what I mean? When he break the, when he dry the lane and got a layup or got a few bunnies or whatever. He's been missing a few of those, so it's gonna even out. I'm not too worried. I just wanted to address it on this, on this episode and talk about it, because it is something that needs to be talked about. It ain't like it's just not happening. It's happening. I'm seeing it. I'm witnessing it. I don't miss I watch every Warriors game. So Long as he get to 40% or higher, long as he get to 40% or higher, 3-point percentage by the end of the year, I'm good. As long as he gets about 47, 48, 49% or higher overall field goal percentage by the end of the year, I'm good. Snax on Sportz. That's all I wanted to say, man. We out. I'll be back at y'all bitches.